So it's really important that you get the tender meat, and you can really mess this up by, processing it in the middle of rigor mortis. Now, this happened to me a couple years ago, and you may have heard me say before that I've never really noticed a difference, and that was because our system was to process them and cook them right away. And the rigor mortis doesn't have time to set in. Now, we do the same thing with our venison. We'll age our venison. We'll either let them hang, or we'll quarter them and let them rest in a cooler. And our system with rabbits is simple. We'll just fill this tub halfway with water, cold water, and immediately once we get done cleaning the rabbit, we'll put the carcass, liver, kidneys in this tub. And we'll usually fit about 3 to 4 rabbits at a time. And we simply bring them in, drain the water, and we'll cover them with saran wrap and tin foil. We'll put them in the fridge for a couple days. And that way, when you go to eat your rabbit, it's not chewy, it tastes good. Aging the meat will actually help the meat taste even better. So it's really important not to mess this step up, especially when you're trying to convince a loved one, spouse, that rabbit meat is tasty and nutritious. I know one time I got this wrong, and Rach told me that, she thought it was just too chewy. She's one of those people that don't like chewy textures like shrimp and things like that. I know, I love shrimp, but she just doesn't like that texture. So I made sure I figured out what I was doing wrong. So when you take the animal and quarter it and try to prepare it when it's in rigor mortis, when you go to bite into it, it's going to be tough and chewy because the joints are contracted. That rigor mortis, when there's a lack of oxygen blood flow to the body, rigor mortis will set in about an hour after dispatch. So after processing, make sure you let your rabbits sit for 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. Don't let them sit for like a week. You don't have to do that. They're going to actually start to turn bad. 2 to 3 days, and then pull them out and quarter them. It's so much easier to quarter and process a rabbit when the meat is chilled because the meat just doesn't stretch and move around, and it's just easier to remove it and debone it. Just like venison, people often prepare it wrong, and it just doesn't taste as good as it can. So same thing with your rabbit meat. I want you guys to enjoy it, and I want you to be able to convince your loved ones that it is good. This will actually improve the taste, and it'll make sure that you're eating tender meat. And when you're processing your rabbit at the right time and you have that fryer, you want to make sure that you get to enjoy that tender meat. So just wanted to share the correct way to do this. Rabbit meat is a white meat, and it will take on the flavor of whatever dish you're preparing. So if that dish or if that recipe means that you have to put it in a brine or put it in a marinade, then that's something that you would do right before you cook it. You can freeze it and then prepare your brine or your marinade after. So just wanted to share that information. Hope that helped. You can take these flank steaks and just get them out of the way. It's really simple. It's just a flap of meat. This is actually what makes this when you process a pig. This is what the bacon's made out of. So there's our flank steak. Really easy. Now there's going to be some fur that you're going to have to go back, but when you go to cook this meat, you're going to want to go back and give it one more rinse just to remove any hair, because when you're preparing you certainly don't want to be having any hair on the dish when you're making it for somebody, especially for the first time. That's just a quick fail. Okay, so flank steaks in the bag. Now right here is our line. So it's really simple just to follow that line. I'm going to cut right there. And pretty soon you're going to be able to see that joint right there. We just cut through it. And there we go. There's our first one. And we'll do the second one. Our second one. Okay. And then when it comes to our front quarters, what we do is we actually we grab a little bit of this chest right here, and we take because there's a lot of meat right there. So we cut right next to the rib cage, and this whole thing comes off so simple, just like that. Okay? Then we'll do the second one. Grab a little bit of that chest. Now there's always going to be some bruising around the neck, and you know, that's kind of the meat that we don't really use. The back straps, that's what's left. So I'm going to cut right down the spine. This is probably one of your harder cuts. There's a little hip right here where you're going to have to cut in. You can kind of see it right there. And you're going to cut right behind that hip. So we cut down the spine, and then we kind of turn it a little sideways, and we cut into the meat like that. And that's what kind of just removes the whole piece. Your rabbit is complete. Back straps. Okay, and that's your rabbit. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse this off. So whenever we sell and process rabbits, we're certainly gonna sell them for at least $7 to $8 a pound, because it's extra work to process the rabbit and package the rabbit. But when you do package the rabbit, I have them all individually packaged, so we're not mixing up any of the kidneys or the livers or anything like that. Some people like them quartered, some people like them whole. And so what we'll do is we'll package the kidneys and the liver separately. We'll package the hind quarters separately, the front quarters, and you know, you want people to feel good about their purchase. You're really only selling them about 4 pounds on average of meat. So that's, you know, for around $30, $7 or $8 a pound. You want them to feel good about their purchase. That's going to make the package look a little bit bigger too. So everybody, you know, it's going to help everything.